Hello, Boxy here, and welcome to an episode of Why It Works. This is a series where I will invite players who have shown a mastery over Destiny PvP to talk about their playstyle and how it works. Today, our guest is Forbsey, so let's get right to it. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in Destiny PvP.
So Destiny has been quite a main game I've always played, even through Destiny 1. Used to play it a lot on console, but I used to always be sort of a PvP main, always wanting to improve. I'd say I saw a lot more improvement coming back into Destiny 2. I sort of took a break from Destiny 2 where Trials was no longer a game mode. And they took Trials in the 9 out, I kind of gave up on Destiny 2 for a bit. And then once they brought the game mode back out called Trials of Osiris, the old game mode, I started playing a lot more. And that's also when I made the switch from console to PC. So then I started playing Destiny 2 on PC. And I could definitely see from the get-go I wasn't the best, but you find over time that in a background game like this, you find that the more you play it, better you will get. And you won't see improvements very quickly, but my background comes from pretty much gaming since I was really young anyway, from Game Boys to DS's and stuff like that. So I've always been a big gamer, and it's ever since recently where Destiny's sort of always been a main game for me that I've always wanted to try and push the bar to try and improve at this game with my aim, positioning, knowledge, everything to do with it. So that's sort of my background on gaming in general. But Destiny 2 has been a big part of it for the last 7 years almost now, because Destiny 1's been out for quite a long time actually. I would say it's since 2011 actually. I probably would have been playing it almost back then, but I've only probably played a good solid 7 years of the game because I took a 2 to 3 year break anyway from Destiny 2 before they actually re-added Trials.
Yeah, that thing's been out for quite some time now.
Yeah, this game has been, but Destiny 1 is tracked all the way back to literally 2011. And I would have been playing it almost at 2011, 2012. Probably 2012 as a start, and 2023 now, so that's 11 years of a game being out. Yeah. So I knew off the bat they got the res here. So I knew one would most likely peek me here. Now with the audio clip, you can't actually hear it, but I heard the Titan jump to my left. So that's why I instantly peeked left. But where I heard him here after I hit the first guy, I heard that Titan jumping to the left. So I was pre-ready to watch him come through. The third snipe was more to do with Eye of Soul, where I have opening shot on it. As I'm sliding, opening shot is going to give you that better stability. So when you hit that shot while sliding, you got more chance of hitting it because of the extra stability and handling that opening shot gives you. So Eye of Soul was really good for that scenario because of that last kill where I slid and then actually killed the person. But with the rest of it, it's more just when you see them get the res, you know exactly that the res was in front of me and he is stood behind the shield getting it. And I knew exactly then when I back away, they are more than likely going to want to peek me at this first angle here. But then, like I said, as I knew then, the Titan was coming to my left. So I'm pre-ready for him just to run around the corner. And an opening shot helps me with that last kill. With this sniper clip, I know there's a bunch of special on the floor that I go for because with the special economy, you only get 2 bullets. With that first pick, I heard him jump over and I'm looking at my radar straight away. So the minute I pick up that special, I'm looking at my radar instantly. I can see the second I slide here, there is a red glow there. And I know that he is most likely going to want to peek me on that right side. What I also do is I position myself close to a wall. So in case I miss the snipe, I'm ready to get straight back into a wall when I miss it. So then he's not able to kill me. The second snipe, I can also see on that radar as I get the first kill that there's 2 red beams of light, or the 2 red radars pings. So that means there are 2 people close by. So I know when I kill this first guy, When I peek the left side, there's going to be a guy pretty much ready there. And I can see the third guy's at the back waiting, trying to jiggle peek almost. You can sort of see where I'm pre-peeking up the top on this balcony bit here, where I sort of am a bit delayed with peeking because I don't want to give too much of my body away to him. So when I see that he's not at the back of spawn, I move up a little bit to see that he's closer by and then hit him with the sniper shot instead. So it's just sort of knowing you don't want to expose yourself too much to people. So that's why I took the first sort of peek when I got up onto the ledge, because if he was at spawn, I can see him right now. But since he's not at spawn, I can then know that I can push up a little bit and then I can see him here. Basically, if I had pushed up way too early and I pushed up early here, I've exposed too much of myself already, and he's got more chance of killing me before I'm actually able to know where he is. Because I know he's not back there, I can already eliminate the fact that he's not going to be in spawn and he's closer up, and then that gives me the chance to slide through to actually get that kill. So with this clip, I'm on Titan. And now Titan is very good for shotgunning. And as you can see, as I jump up this ledge, I can peek the first guy. And as I peek him, I get a little bit of a shot off on him. But what normal Titans do with their shotgun is they will shotgun shoulder charge, guaranteeing them that first kill. Now, when I pause the video here as well, you can also see that when I peek, I also can see my radar is pinging red straight away. And I know that's not due to this guy, and that's a guy to my right that's pinging that. Because I know that this isn't pinging red for him because he's still here. So when I push him, I instantly know that someone else is behind me. I can also tell that there's someone behind me because the minute my Dune Marcher chains, it chains straight behind me. So I know he's in the corner. I get the melee off. And because I'm using Steady Hand is going to give me swash ×5 after a melee. So I know that I'm able to 2-tap this last guy, which is why I'm confident enough to straight up peek him and 2-tap him perfectly for 107 twice. And that's why I try and use combos that I know are going to work well. So things like Swashbuckler on a Titan is going to be really good because you're always going to be close quarter when using a Titan with shotguns or shields. So I instantly know that when I have that ×5, I'm confident enough with full health that I'm able to peek that last guy. And you'll see sort of through the clip as well, is that I'm trying to stay somewhat close to cover. You can already see that when I slid towards cover, ready just in case I missed a couple of shots. I'm either able to slide straight to my left behind that wall or to my right behind heavy.
Any advice you like to give to players looking to improve?
For players looking to improve, I mean, mainly it is just down to how much you play the game. You'll find that people might say use someone like an aim trainer, someone like Kovacs or Aim Labs. I find that those never work for a game like Destiny because they're more built for like attack shooter like CSGO or Valorant. I find literally the more time you put into this game, the more time you're mastering with a loadout and a subclass, you will just improve over time. The other things you can do are things like 1v1s. Rumble is a very good way of improving fast because it is basically putting you on your own against 5 other players, and it's that spatial awareness that you've always got to keep your head on a swivel because someone might spawn behind you, might be in front of you. You never know in a game like Rumble. You won't have any teammates, so you've got to rely on yourself to, get the 20 kills. So Rumble's always a good thing to learn from, just based off of that. The other thing you could do is just go into maps, learn the layout of maps, and I always say that it's better to play safe than to play dangerous, essentially. So what I mean by that is if you're peeking someone and you think you're gonna get the kill, but they can also kill you, so essentially a trade. I never see a trade as always a good way of, getting better in it. I wouldn't say getting better, but like improving in a way, because as much as you've got the kill, they've killed you. So I say that if you think you're gonna trade, there is no point in trading, basically. It's always better to try and get out of that fight before you end up dying and they don't, or before you end up trading. Essentially, you want to enter a gunfight that you've got a good chance at winning. If you're using a 120, make sure you're sat back a bit further using the 120 to its range. And like I said, if you're up close with a 140 or an SMG, make sure you're doing, that exact thing. But you want to make sure if you're peeking as well, you've got some form of cover to always go by. because I'll find that a lot of casual players or players that want to improve but don't know how to will just stand out in the open, and when they're getting shot, they've got nowhere to run. They're just stood out in the open and they'll die before they know it. So it's always a good indication as well to try and stay behind cover and only peek when you've got cover nearby. So there's a lot of maps, a ton of the PvP maps will always have a decent amount of cover nearby on every angle or every lane you'll peek. So I always say is try and stay near them and just sort of play the game as much as you can, play PvP as much as you can. Like if you, I said this to a lot of people, but improvement doesn't happen over, you know, a month or two. You gotta be playing this game for months and months and months and hours of game time. Because I sort of look now compared to how I used to play the game, and I don't play the game as much as I used to. Back when I wanted to improve, I would, you know, log on at 8 a.m. in the morning and not come off till 10 p.m. same day. So I was on the game 14 hours a day, 5 days a week, playing trials, learning, you know, the game mode, learning the maps, learning, you know, all the guns that I was using. And you'd see that I'd have 4,000, 5,000 matches in a season, whereas now I still play the game a lot, but it's more like 1,000 matches a season. So you can see the big difference that it's the more time you put into the game, you will see improvement over time. That's with every game. I just find with Destiny, things like aim trainers won't really do anything for you. They might give you a little bit of aim, but the problem is with Destiny has all the abilities, it has, you know, completely different weapons to what you'll be using in these aim trainers as well. Different recoil patterns and everything like that. So I just find that playing the game and just learning the maps, playing Rumble, doing 1v1s, even doing scrims, things like that, playing against better players, watching better players play. So even if you're just watching some streamer, you know, play trials and you know they're a really good player, even watching them and watching how they play is always another good way of trying to improve, because then you can try and copy how they play in order for you to improve.
Where can we find you on your socials?
Socials, I sometimes stream on Twitch still, but I tend to be hopefully more active on YouTube going into more season, more content within Destiny 2. I sometimes use Twitter a bit as well, but if you want to get in contact with me, DMing me on Twitter or on Discord is the places you'll find me the most. But things like YouTube and streaming in general, streaming I've taken a big step back on, but I try and at least do maybe one stream a week if I can. And then YouTube, I hope to do something like 2 to 3 videos a week at some point, getting back into it.
Awesome. We'll link that down below. Thank you for being in the video with us. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure as well.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the Crucible, Guardian.